Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. Welcome to our meeting today. My name is Muhammad Najib Muhammad Sharif. I am your event manager, and our agenda today will be doing an online meeting. As you know, due to the COVID-19, our universities have conducted many online events such as online conference, online language camp, online campus election, and many more. From those activities, there are some drawbacks which need further improvement and suggestion from all of you. First of all, I will introduce who will contribute in this meeting. We have four head of unit, which is Yusuf from technical, Haziq from multimedia, Haikal from registration and corporate, and last Raibi from sponsorship and external affairs. So all of you can give some short introduction starting from Yusuf Hikman.
Hello and greetings. My name is Yusuf Iqmal and I am the head of the technical unit. For your information, my department is responsible for setting up hardware and software for events, making sure the network is stable, checking up all the equipment used for safety and ensuring any technical issues are troubleshoot before or during the event. This is for a smooth program flow.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Haziq Amshah and I'm in charge of the multimedia unit. Our job scope is to produce poster artwork to boost the insight and engagement of the event to the audience. This will help everyone to recognize and be exposed to our event, making them interested in our event. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Haikal bin Huzaidan. I am here as the head of registration and cooperation unit. Generally, my team is assigned to arrange the registration of participants for an event, assessment, and collect the information for event purpose. Then we also did find some company to be our partnership and do a collaboration to produce our merchandise for our event and participants, which will help the promotion of our event. Thank you.
Hello and good day, everyone. First and foremost, welcome to our meeting today. My name is Muhammad Raimi, where I am a department head of sponsorship and external affairs. For your information, we are in control to represent our organization in terms of communicate with other parties or public relations, such as the university, student welfare, other university club, or maybe guest speaker and other event collaborator. Our department also be responsible to bring the sponsorship to our event and also came up with the idea of partnership or collaboration that can boost our financial support. So that's all the short introduction of our department. Back to our event director. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the short brief introduction from all of the head of unit. So we will go back to our meeting target, which is to identify some drawbacks which occur on the online event. We start from the technical unit. So what is the problem you face in your unit when doing the online event?
Thank you, Mr. Director. I will continue by pointing out the problems that we encountered as a technical unit. Since COVID-19 hit the world 2 years ago, many events and programs had to be cancelled as it involved physical participants. Hence, online platforms such as WebEx, Zoom and Google Meet are introduced to help organize events virtually. This initiative is good, but it also causes us some drawbacks. The most common problem is unstable line connection. This issue is very critical because it can affect the whole program, especially online talk. Let's say the line is currently unstable. This will cause the live streaming to the online platform like WebEx to appear lagging. This most likely lowered down the audience enjoyment and the program expected schedule had to be dragged for troubleshooting. Apart from that, high-cost streaming platforms also contribute to the existing problem. Unlike physical events, virtual events require high-touch softwares and hardwares to add them during the events. People usually use desktop personal computers when streaming online events. These PCs must have very high specs to ensure the streaming runs well. That said, more funds are needed to upgrade the hardware. This is also another problem because it is not easy to acquire funds from the higher ups since others also needs funds to improve their current problems. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Iqmal, for your information. Based on your explanation, I figure out that the drawback from your technical unit are hard to get stable line connection and the expensive cost on the streaming platform. So, any suggestion from this problem?
Alright, thank you, Mr. Director, and also Mr. Yusof. So I would like to be the first department to suggest how we can counter the drawback from the issue occur in technical unit. So I would like to touch the issue on the unstable line. So I would like to propose the ideas or ways how we can improve the line connection during the live stream. So my first suggestion is we need to digest our funds and sponsor the money from sponsor to our internet hardware or technical setup. For example, we can buy a mesh LAN port where it can directly connect to the desktop during the live stream. From my experience, I think that LAN port is well proven will increase the speed of internet connection and making it more stable compared when we using Wi-Fi modem. But yes, this way will make our cost and budget high. So we need to find many sponsor or funding to support this way and improve our technical hardware during live streaming. But I also want to propose the other suggestion, which is less use of budget, which are we try to find or find a place where we can do our technical setup that have a great internet connection. I think that technical unit can be more active to find place and do the multiple dry run test, maybe a few days to a few place in our university to test the internet connection before we making the decision on which place we want to do our technical setup. So the more the dry run test we did, the less possibility that the internet problem will occur. So this method will save the cost and our budget compared to the one that we buy the any technical hardware. So that's my first suggestion for to improve the unstable line during live stream. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. I have a suggestion on the streaming platform. I have a friend of mine that we can try to approach and get his service for our event. He is experienced with streaming activity and also doing freelance for his services. Maybe the technical unit can try to discuss together whether we need a helping hand from an outsider or just stick to the current members and try different approaches such as renting equipment rather than buy a new one. Another suggestion that I would like to point is using StreamYard that needs some small fee to be used. The website is laptop friendly and can be as a streaming platform if no option left to be taken. That's all from me.
Alright, thank you. Thank you so for the technical unit to share with us about your problem, and thank you for the suggestion and improvement from Raimi and Haziq. So, Yusuf, you must take note of the suggestion, and I hope that the suggestion will help your unit to overcome those problems. Next, we will continue with the multimedia unit. So, Haziq, what is the drawback in your unit that you have analyzed based on our previous event?
Thank you, Najib, for the drawback. Multimedia unit, we always have issues with the amount of manpower in our team. During my time on another program before this event, the application for the multimedia unit will always receive low submission. This concerns me because I could not delegate the task to my team if I don't have a team. The amount of poster and material for an event usually demanded a lot of work to execute, making my task cramped by the deadline. So having a decent amount of team members could really help us go through the event smoothly without any problem. Next, my and software resources that need to be used by our team to produce great quality poster. Usually for poster design, we don't need a very high spec laptop or PC to run it. But for video purposes or any streaming purposes, a decent hardware needs to be considered to achieve great work and quality content for our publicity unit. We usually run on our designing project using Adobe application, but for live event such as webinar, we normally just use Canva. Lastly, last minute and bulk requests always bother multimedia unit very much. This is because the start of producing a poster, we always list out our poster list and content to avoid any hassle before and after the event. So with lack of team members and limited hardware to run, this will take our time a bit more than usual, request difficult to be done and need many consideration. All of this could make the task of multimedia very heavy, and the quality of poster and content will also be influenced. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Haziq, for your explanation. Based your explanation, I figure out that the drawback from your unit are lack of manpower, limited hardware resources, and there are some last minute and bug requests. So, is there any suggestion or improvement from other unit to face this problem? I open to
I have some suggestion. I think we can recruit those who have the skills to help in the multimedia unit, but on condition, we give them incentive or allowance. This will make them feel appreciated for their hard work. Besides, as students, they also want to find pocket money. So I am pretty sure this can work out fine if the payment is worth the work given to them. Thank you.
Pardon. I think that great suggestion from Yusuf to give any incentive or allowance to our multimedia unit. But the problem thing, I think that as a university organization, I think that we are very limited to give our fund or our financial support to convert into the salary or allowance. So I think that to improve your suggestion, I think that we could promise them a merit or maybe a certification where it help them to build their career on multimedia aspect. So I think that merit and academic certificate will be more suitable rather than we convert our fund into the salary and allowance. So thank you. So to the next head of department head.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Raimi and Mr. Yusof about the improvement lack of manpower. Then for my suggestion about the limited hardware resources, actually we able to try to seeking for a sponsor we can provide is at least one or two set of high spec PC or laptop which are capable to run our multimedia project faster with better quality. We can approach some of the electronic device company to get stuff such as a high quality camera and microphone and other stuff. We can put their significant in our event beside promoting their brand. But if we have extra budget, why not we just buy the hardware with low budget but high quality, so our multimedia unit able to increase their work rate and the online event can be done smoothly. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Mr. Aikal. Yes, I love to hear more than your suggestion. So into the next issue, the third issue from multimedia unit, which is last minute and bug request. I think this issue not only occur in the multimedia unit. I think that every unit will have the same drawback, which is the last minute request. So the only way, the most efficient way to solve this issue, I think, is to have a proper project timeline and manage it well. I suggest we should provide a Gantt chart 6 weeks before the program start, so all the department, all the any executive member can see and go through the Gantt chart to plan when they want to request something or to update their work. So other units can prepare the checklist, the request checklist to give multimedia. So multimedia can prepare their work timeline to provide a poster, video, or layout at least 6 weeks before the event. So I think to conclude, my suggestion is that proper Gantt chart and project management will help ease the burden of multimedia unit. It also will increase the work efficiency from other unit, since the Gantt chart will improve our project management. Thank you.
Alright. Thank you to the Ikuan, Yusuf and Raimi for the suggestion and improvement for the multimedia unit, and thank you Haziq for sharing with us about your problem that you face in your unit. So Haziq, I hope the suggestion will help your unit to overcome the problem that your unit face. Now we will proceed to the next unit, which is registration and corporate. Okay, Haikal, what is the drawback in your unit that you want to share with us based on our previous event? So,
Thank you, Mr. Director Najib. Now, thank you for let me share my problem with registration and cooperation unit. So for registration unit, we had as we know, we had to collect the data of participant for event purpose. As usual, we did open the registration for all students with or without fee to join the event. We are required to set a target for the number of participants to prepare the course and other material for the event. This thing is not an issue when we got more participants than what we expect. Unfortunately, the biggest problem that we commonly face due to COVID-19 situation is the number of participants who has registered do not hit our target, especially when they need to pay the high fee for just to sit in front of their computer or phone, where they can find the same content in YouTube and so on. it is a failure actually if the number of a response that we accept still less than 30% of our target when the event is getting close. It will create some problem for us to manage and recover the budget of the event. Then other than that, for the next issue is about our merchandise. There is no big issue of selling our merchandise for certain event. In fact, we're able to collect plenty of order with positive feedback from customer about our merchandise. However, we got some complaint that customer need to wait for a long time to receive the item. So here we found the issue which the late item processing. This issue is related to our merchandise supplier that might has problem on their service during the pandemic, and unreachable supplier due to the online contact. We noticed that the expectation date for the item to be received to us before we distribute to our customer. If the item is late, is only ready after exit the expectation date, our unit and also our customer will receive it the item late. We cannot make them waiting too long, right? Then the next issue, we also detect some irresponsible person that want to get our merchandise for free. This person try to scam us by giving fake payment receipt and details as proof for buy our merchandise. Fortunately, our crew able to detect a fake receipt and details provided. Moreover, the event that we had can be paid or free for student or outsider based on the purpose of the event. There are some of them try to fake their details, and admit that they are student to avoid the fee or to get a discount. This issue is really need to be aware of. So that's all the issue from registration and cooperation unit.
Okay, thank you, Haikal, for your information. Based on your explanation, I figured out there are 3 drawbacks from your unit, which is first is about the participant that not achieve target in your unit. Second, about the merchandise, there is a fraud and scam issues, and last is about the late delay item processing when about your merchandise, I think. Okay. Okay, from those drawback, I will like to open to other head of unit who want to give some suggestion and improvement that we can help to solve the unit, to solve this unit. Okay. Okay, I open to all of you.
All right. Thank you, our Mr. Director, for the opportunity. So from the corporate and registration unit, I'm very interested into the issue on fraud and scam issue, which is I think that it can be considered as crime. So it give the interesting and very priority to we solve first. So I think the most or the best way we can do is to do the old fashion where we need to always check every transaction from the receipt sent by the customer, and also the transaction occur in our bank account manually, because sometimes that when we do the technical check, it maybe have some bug or maybe malfunction. So I think that the best way is we check manually one by one. It will take some time, but I think that the best way, or the one way that can give me better result. So we need to make sure is the details such as a reference number, account name, date and time tally with the one that written on the receipt that give by the buyers. So we can check it and do some proven before we deliver the item. I'm also like to suggest we open a bank account for specifically for our organization or club to make sure that our transaction from this event will not mixture with personal account. For example, like if we use our treasure bank account, it may mix with him or her personal bank transaction. So I think the specific organization bank account will help us to detect whether that the transaction occur in the bank or not. So that's how we can stop or minimize the fraud and scam issue. The second one is I think that regarding the also in the fraud and scam issue, which is the non-student participant. I mean like the normal citizen who try to use someone metric card to register as student to get a free fee or cheaper fee. So I suggest that we make a separate Google registration form that we can separate between the student and the non-student participant. So the student, we focus on the student registration form that we should set up it like this, where the student need to register using their official student Gmail account, such as that we are in UTM, we have our graduate email, where that the non-student will not have that email. So they can register only when they have the password for that student email. So the form only can be filled once. So I think that the fraud and scam issue can be minimized from that way. So thank you, and I open to other department head.
Hello, I would like to add the suggestion for late and delay item processing for the merchandise. I suggest that to prevent this from happening, we try to find local suppliers that are easy to reach and contact face to face. This will reduce the chance of excuses because we can directly see the process of the merchandise in progress. The quality of the product can also be guaranteed to be satisfying to be served to our customer, as it can bring our reputation to grow bigger and be the center of attention to everyone. So corporate unit need to do some research and development before we decide to choose our main supplier to avoid any problem in future. This also can help from fraud and scam issue happening at the merchandise. That's all from me. Thank you.
Let me give some suggestion too. I think regarding the less number of participation, I think we can improve the problem of having less participation in our program by further promoting to social platforms such as Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp group. Instead using words, we should consider colorful, attractive, and exciting posters because it will attract students because it's more colorful. So certificate of participation and merit are also good options since it can help in adding curriculum points for students. So they can use it to apply for hostel inside the campus. That's all for me.
Alright, thank you, Raimi, Haziq, and Yusuf for the suggestion and improvement for the registration and corporate unit. And thank you, Haikal, for sharing with us about your drawback from your unit. So Haikal, I hope that those ideas from Raimi, Yusuf, and Haziq will enable your unit to get over the obstacle that you face. Okay, we will now go on to the unit for this meeting. Okay, Raimi, what are the drawback that you need to highlight for us from our previous event? Okay, Raimi, you can start.
Thank you, our event director, Mr. Najib, for the opportunity to express the problem occur on my unit, is sponsor and external effort unit. So from what I told in the introduction that our job scope is to represent our committee or organization to communicate with other parties regarding the sponsorship, collaboration, or act. So without further ado, the first major drawback occur during the process to seek sponsorship. This is the most burden job for us to find sponsor and to find money so that our event can run smoothly without having any loss. So the issue there is that there are many limitations on what we want to offer to our possible sponsor when we make the online event. There are many contrasts from what company can get when they sponsor online event and when they sponsor the physical event. For example, a lot of company that want to sponsor a university event demand to make a physical booth or maybe temporary shop for them to promote their product or service where they can attract students in university verbally, face to face. But when the event is online, the physical booth of shop is prohibited because the COVID-19 outbreak. Thus, we hope that the department head here or our event director can suggest us how we can encourage or attract the possible sponsor for our upcoming online event and suggest what we can offer them to make to sponsor our event. So that's the first drawback. We focus into the next issue, which is the issue with guest speaker. There are some positive side regarding this topic when we do online event. For example, like we don't need to prepare any hospitality such as guest room, food, or maybe we could minimize the expense on the guest speaker. But there are some issue occur where the speaker need to use their own hardware such as the webcam, internet, mic when the special during the speaker session because they at their home, not with us at the technical setup. So when we rely 100% on the speaker to prepare their own technical hardware, there are some issues such as he or her his or her internet disconnect and maybe their microphone malfunction or the webcam is not is in the low quality image. So this problem will bring a bit bad feedback from the participant that join our event. Compared to the physical event, our technical expert can prepare the suitable technical setting for them. So the speaker only need to come and share their session without bringing their own hardware. So that's the second issue. The third issue is I would like to discuss today is the issue on the communication with our university student welfare or HCP. When doing online event, we still need to seek important documents such as event approval letter, financial support, or sponsorship recommendation letter from HCP. So the same as we conduct in physical event, the problem is we couldn't have a proper physical meeting with HCP where we only communicate by email. So it takes some time from HCP to consider to approve our event, our demands. So this could delay the process and timeline for our work movement. For example, like we want to ask the sponsor, we need the letter from HCP, but when the letter came out late, so maybe the possible sponsor lost the interest to sponsor us. So in addition, when we're doing event in the COVID-19 outbreak, some of manpower did not stay in the college. So it's hard to us to go to the office, the HCP office, to seek for all those documents. So I think that I need help from your suggestion on how can we ease the process to get those documents from the HCP. So I think I give back to our event director. Oh,
Sorry for the inconvenience. The director are currently having internet issue, so I will cover in his place. Thank you, Amy, for your information. From the explanation I obtained, the drawbacks from your unit are imitation benefits to offer to the possible sponsors. Issue on guest speakers and issue with university students welfare department. Are there any ideas or improvements from other units to deal with this issue?
Hello. I think for this problem, we can change the objective from monetary benefit to promotional value that can boost our sponsor exposure to student and public engagement. From their sponsors, we can give the insights of our engagement and collective of participants throughout the event to show that the event is great, although does not generate much profit. We can try to engage with traditional and online media to publicize our event and gather all eyes on us. From my experience in past event, sponsors usually set targets for their investment, such as 10 cents per person. So when they give assumptively 1,000 ringgit, we need to find 10,000 engagement to be written as our approach to promote their company or branding. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I also have a suggestion for the issue with the university student welfare department. After I analyzed the issue with the university students welfare department, I agree with what Mr. Rabi said. The email might be the one of the proper way to contact with the university department, especially to get the important and confidential document if we compare to other method. However, in this online era, we need to be fast in exchange of information and communication. There are much of social media that we can be accessed as a private communication platform such as WhatsApp and Telegram, which can be easily to use as a platform to exchange the information between university department and students. By using this reachable application, every staff able to access and reply for the requests, whether they are home or in the office. For my suggestion, we need to use other alternative beside email, which more faster to reach the university student welfare department, so they're able to process the required document quickly, and we can proceed to the event swiftly. So that's all.
I also want to add something about issues with guest speaking. I think we can do rehearsal 2 times or more. From that rehearsal, we can identify what problems might occur on their side, such as internet connection, microphone malfunction, and so on. When we have identified that issues, we can make some suggestion to their technical unit to improve their connection, or other issues such as to upgrade their network or buy new equipment that can help to run the real event smoothly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you everyone for that suggestion on how to improve our department. To my department, which is sponsor and external unit. So I love to hear your suggestion, for example, from Haziq, to promote the value using boost to boost our sponsor, and during the engagement, online engagement with student and public. And also the suggestion from Haikal to use WhatsApp or other social media such as Telegram, which is faster than email, to contact with any organization such as HCP or S. And also the suggestion from Yusuf to do more rehearsal and dry run to help our event run smoothly. So we still be waiting from our event director. Can you connect to the meeting? Hello, Najib. Hello. Test 1. Test 2. Test 3. So I think that our event director have a problem. Internet disconnecting. So I think that I will represent him to close our meeting today. So I want to thank all head of department head for all your contribution to this meeting, and to all your suggestion to improve our online meeting and to solve the drawback occur from the previous event. I will hope that we all get the benefits and can provide the best service and improvement for our next university event. Thank you, and hope we will meet again for the next meeting. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.